Lots of security around, just a matter of them knowing when to move and when not to move.
Four for no loss, India after the first over. Basper Drakes will share the attack with Mervyn Dillon. That's a fine shot, over pitched, and Ganguly has found the gap. This is a quick outfield, and the first boundary of the Indian innings.
That was beautifully timed. Seemed at one point as if Cameron Coffey had a chance of cutting it off. He must have thought so as well. Got very close, but not close enough.
Sourav Ganguly looked to be in good touch in the last game in Nagpur. There is third man. Just the single. Now this should be a good contest. Drakes is the man who's dismissed Sehwag twice in this one-day series. That's well played. Forcing shot of the back foot. And that's a good effort. Very good effort by Wavell Hines.
Haven't seen too many people chasing and catching the ball on this outfield. And it was well timed again. Just got there. One came into play there.
Good effort again. This time it's Mervyn Dillon. Good work in the deep because that ball was travelling quickly. He's a tall man, but he moves quickly across. 14 for no loss. For no loss. Dillon will continue. Both these batsmen have the ability to hit the boundaries.
Still think the line to Sehwag though should be middle and leg stump.
That's nicely played. The third man's a little squarer. He cuts it off. Sweetly timed for a couple. 18 for no loss. Now Drake's deciding to come around the wicket to the left-hander. See Drake's just walking across to Ridley Jacobs and telling him I would be happy with a gully when Ganguly is on strike.
This batting lineup, they can chase almost any score, and this is still a reasonably good batting pitch. A couple of balls have misbehaved, but not too many to worry about.
Excellent fielding, and that's the stuff that's required in these early overs. And that sets the tone for the rest of the afternoon. Nagamutu, the fielder there, sprawling across the turf.
Great commitment here from Nagamutu. Could see that he had made up his mind that he had to dive. A couple of steps away, started thinking about it and did it well.
That's in the air, just clearing square leg. Samuel slipping. Ganguly didn't time it. Good running, very good running. He was playing off the back foot, but the moment he made contact, the call was loud for a single.
This is what I was referring to earlier on when the West Indies were batting. You didn't see too much of that. Just allowing the ball to come onto the bat. No follow through, no push, just allowing the ball to come onto the bat, taking the pace off and running the single. That's why India scored 122 singles in the last game, while the West Indies only had 87. Boundaries are good, but the singles are just as good.
Great.
Well, he's an explosive player, Sehwag. He's just taking his time here because the tactics have been different with him.
Now that he has come round the wicket, he's keeping the ball on off stump, but he's preventing that angle created when he goes over, the ball going away from the left hand and then giving him more room.
Yes, he can't use the bowler's space now, Ganguly, when he's playing square of the wicket on the offside as much as when the bowler was bowling over the wicket. Slower delivery, but he's picked it up well. Didn't quite time it, but he was always looking to hit straight.
Which is always going to be so important, hitting straight back down the ground. Not perfectly straight. They're not going to be perfectly straight. So if you hit as straight as you can, you will get away with some of these shots.
Fine shot. That's the best shot of the innings so far. Nice firm push down the ground.
No need to run for those. Over pitched from Mervyn Dillon. Just a little punch down the ground. Best of 83 against the West Indies in 21 matches so far, sort of Ganguly.
Gives himself room and slices it away. Beats third man and a boundary to end the over. It's 40 for no loss. Drake's continuing. 7 overs have been bowled. 40 for no loss the score. Ganguly going for the pull. Again, not quite timing it. It should get a couple of runs. So both these batsmen just looking to up the tempo. I'll tell you more in the commentary box. With Sanjay Manjrekar and Ian Bishop, and for our DD national viewers, the commentary in Hindi with Maninder Singh and Arun Lal.
Thank you, Ravi. Quite right. They're trying to up the tempo, but it's still a good solid start by India. Very critical the first 10 overs. And that was an interesting shot, to say the least. Last ball of the previous over from Merv Dillon. Until then, Virendra Sehwag had just the one boundary. Very uncharacteristic. He's played quite well, especially against Drakes. And he's played it wide of third man for another boundary.
Now this is the type of start that India require. This is what is needed. This is one of the strong areas for Sourav Ganguly. Square of the wicket, on the offside especially. Both feet off the ground. Really laid into it.
Wasn't too wide. It's just the position that Ganguly got himself into. Didn't bother getting onto middle stump, just stayed on leg stump. As a result, there was the room that he needed to play that shot. And again on the offside, more glorious than the first one. Brings up the 50 for India. Punching of the gloves. The pair is looking good at the moment.
This is exciting. Well, the West Indies have tended to bowl short of the length at both batsmen, and because of the shot Ganguly played the delivery before, Drakes had to make the adjustment in length. I suspect Ganguly is certainly waiting for it. This indicates how good a pitch this is, Sanjay. It really is a good pitch.
Or Harbhajan Singh, that's our guess. Slow ball on the full.
Yeah, well, he's trying to mix the pace up, Mervyn Dillon, trying not to become too predictable to the batsman.
Not the bouncer for the over, but it was wide. That's no ball. Well, in the meanwhile, Sehwag continues with his business. Couple of runs on the leg side with a clip.
Sooner or later, the microscope is going to come on him. All the bowlers all over the world are going to be studying him, and his weaknesses will be found out sooner or later. But certainly for the moment, he should be celebrated and allowed to do what he does best.
In this particular innings, to counter that line, that attack. And I thought he took the defensive approach in the first couple of overs. There was that leg slip in position. He's gone in the air, won't go all the way, just the one bounce into the hoardings. Ganguly is looking in good form, following on his good score in Nagpur.
Well, I heard Michael Holding say earlier that this is not out of India's reach, and that was well spotted by Ganguly. It looked like a slow delivery, and he waited well. Both of these teams very strong in batting. The bowling, well, there's still some work to be done in both counts, and this is why very good batting. Cameron Eustace Coffey into the attack for the West Indies.
Clipped on the leg side, and another boundary for India, this time of Virendra Sehwag. So Cameron Coffey starts his spell with a boundary. It's happened to a few Indian bowlers in the morning.
Yeah, it's a pressure situation. No looseners are allowed, no ill-directed first deliveries, no warm-up deliveries, because these two batsmen are in good touch. They're well set.
Look at those two dismissals of Virendra Sehwag in the one-day series, carefully planned by the West Indians. Short ball on the leg stump, got into awkward position looking to play the pull shot. This time on the second occasion played quite well, only to find the fielder Merv Dillon. So in this particular innings, he decided that he's going to be a bit more sensible, defensive, and not take the bowler on, at least initially. But now that he's well set, he's decided to have some fun.
The crowd are getting value for money here. And Cameron Coffey will know that this is too straight. This is leg stumpish. And that is easy stuff for Virendra Sehwag. He deliberately goes over the top of the infield, and India will look to capitalize.
And again, firmly struck. Another beautiful boundary from Saurav Ganguly.
Well, he's saying he was obstructed from behind. It's a good thing as well, because he certainly timed it very well. Over pitching Mervyn Dillon, not getting the type of control that he would require at this point. Length not consistent enough. And Ganguly won't miss out on those boundaries coming in a rush. So who's coming at 3?
I guess it would be VVS Lakshman. And just looking in the players' enclosure, nice to see one familiar face of the past. Salim Durrani sitting there. Big hero of the 60s and 70s of Indian cricket. There is Salim Durrani, the charismatic all-rounder of the past. Very much from the state of Gujarat. And again making room and smashed on the offside. So problems continue for the West Indians. 11 overs gone, 78 for no wicket. Look at the required run rate now, 5.82. Looks quite manageable at the moment, but it's been a great flying start for India. They haven't lost a wicket. And the important thing for India is to keep the wickets in hand and keep the strike rotating from now on. But an interesting move made by Ridley Jacobs, the captain today. Chris Gale has been introduced in the first 15 overs. He's done a fair bit of bowling in one-day cricket.
At some point, Sehwag will attempt to hit the ball over the top. Or maybe guide it down to third man for 4.
Not good bowling. It was the quicker delivery, and that's the last place you want to bowl it. Outside the off stump. One of the easiest shots for the batsman to play. He's going to push it through in the air. The line has to be middle stump. Shiv Narayan Chanderpaul just had a few words with Ridley Jacobs about the field that they've got for Virendra Sehwag as Sehwag moves into the 40s. There he goes. And it's gone all the way. Not on the roof, but certainly into the stands. So the first 6 for India.
Well, this was predictable. He won't mess around for Virendra Sehwag. Only 2 fieldsmen allowed outside of that circle at the moment. And he's hit it. No, it doesn't matter if there was a fielder there. He would have had to be in the crowd.
4 on the offside. And this time he opens the face of the bat to pick up another boundary. And also comes up his 50, Virendra Sehwag. 50 number 8 for Sehwag.
Good comeback. Very good comeback. Big heart. Very talented player. Had his problems over the last 3 innings, and he's replied well.
And again he's gone in the air. This time one bounce into the crowd, who are delirious at the moment. 18 runs coming off that over, 98 for no wicket. Time for a change in the commentary. It's going to be Danny Morrison and with him Ravi Shastri.
Thank you, Sanjay. There's plenty of fireworks in the last over. Big gamble by Jacobs, getting the spinner on. That's good cricket. The 100 comes up for India. And it's come in good time.
Quite incredible. Under immense pressure, the home side to get back in the series. Well, the first 50 off 46, and the second one now just 35 deliveries. Very, very talented. Sehwag, Ganguly and Virendra Sehwag.
So it's important Ganguly compliments him by picking up the 1s and 2s. Well, he's going for the big one. He should clear mid-on. And he'll get a couple. I think both these players have decided that they're going to have a go in the first 15 overs.
Well, they just seem to be peppering all parts of the ground. Some lovely classic cricket strokes, beautifully down the ground there, Sehwag, and then improvising, bit of room there with some shorter deliveries. And Ganguly and Virendra Sehwag really just taking the West Indies apart here. Into the 14th over, and it just keeps disappearing everywhere. That is out of here. That is a great shot.
That's well played. Another no ball. So the pressure beginning to show on the West Indies now. Well, again, problems with overstepping here. Coffee is a tall man, and it's not that he's just overstepping, it's a good 3 or 4 inches at times. Plus concentrate on his wicket keeping. That's 4 ball. The line not good, and Sehwag seems to be in cracking form at the moment. He's raced away to 59 of just 40 balls.
Well, it's just not good bowling as well. It's both sides of the wicket. And you've got the fine leg up. You cannot bowl there. You can't blame Merv Dillon. Not trying to stop that, Cameron Cuffey, I'm afraid. No wonder you're disappointed and frustrated.
Over 7 runs per over at this stage, close to 8. 7.86 to be exact, and now Drake's being brought back. They have to hurry.
Spinners really likes to get into them. And Cuffey, he's gone for a few.
The good thing from India's point of view, both these batsmen can hit the boundaries. So it's not that you're happy getting Sehwag away from the strike. We've got another man who's a prolific run getter in one-day cricket.
Rav, I think he's got it right here though. Vesbert Drake's coming back on, hugely experienced in first-class level and bowls a good change-up. So you need someone here who's got the ability to bowl a good slower ball, change of pace.
Bad line, another boundary, leg by signal.
It's turning out to be a good little contest between the two batting sides because both sides have got talent to burn with the batting, but it's the bowling department of India and the West Indies that are struggling here in this series.
Yes, Danny, and I think that's one of the main reasons why Ganguly had no hesitation in fielding first. He realized that the weak department is his bowling department. And it was the same with Hooper when he won the toss in Nagpur. He decided to field first straight away. Good clean hitting this. Again, over pitching and Ganguly hitting through the line.
Simply sweet. Minimum of fuss and just a little pick up and a swing of the wrists through the line of the ball. Exactly where he wanted to go. Just back over the bowler's head. Little chip shot, almost like a little sandwich. No follow through, just a little chip out of the bunker.
.120 for no loss. So West Indies need wickets, there's no doubt about that, because that required run rate now just over 5. He had a very good test series as well. You can see 147 there. That set the tone for the series. And a very quick 61 in Chennai.
Well, he could have just kept going like a train, and 33 in the second innings.
That's nicely picked away on the onside. Cuffey will be very disappointed. 125 for no loss.
Yeah. Well, Cameron, it's a bit of a fluffy from Cuffey, I'm afraid. You can't bowl there. Not at this pace. Yes, he gets a bit of bounce, Cameron Cuffey. But look at that. It's just too easy. He bowled some good variations, and the change of pace was the key. 2 for 49 from his 10.
That's the start important. He starts off with a no ball.
And to rub salt in the wound, he's not happy. Wrigley Jacobs acting captain today with Hooper not here. It allows Ganguly to get 50. Goes to 51 really. There was only a single there. But Cameron Cuffey, he had to come a long way in from the fence. A very good 51 not out. It's been off just 52 balls with those 7 boundaries.
Again a misfield. So the pressure beginning to show on the West Indies now.
No surprises. The West Indian ground finished a little bit rusty at this stage. Put under pressure. 171 required from 200 balls now. It's a run rate of 7.8.
Again, good running. 2 runs comfortably taken. India don't have to take the risks at this stage, so really playing it just right. Running the first run hard, always on the lookout for the second. And once again, a boundary of the last ball. It's all about concentration. 138 for no loss. And in the commentary box, Michael Holding, and with him, Arun Lal.
Thank you, Ravi. We saw what happened in the first 2 test matches. Very ordinary pitches, and bowlers made batsmen look as if they didn't know what they were doing. Since then, we have had some very good pitches, test match, 1 days, and now we are finding out the true worth of all these bowlers. I remember seeing the great Sachin Tendulkar batting in test match, not looking as good as he could be. It's 140 without loss.
They're pretty relaxed there, basking in the sunlight.
That's gone. That's another boundary.
Now what do you do about that? I thought that was a perfect delivery. On the stumps, on a length, but bang, away she goes. Just making a little bit of room for himself to open those shoulders. He's very good in his follow through of the bat on the offside, over mid-off, 4 runs.
Mervyn Dillon should cut that off. Doing this very easy at the moment, India. That's gone wide. That's my boundary.
Duffy's got problems. There's really not much margin for error on wickets such as these. He's going for runs on both sides of the wickets. Now there's room outside the off stump. A squarish kind of a drive played, and with this lightning outfield, that face says it all. Have got it so far at 7.5, haven't lost a single wicket. That's been the problem for the West Indies. It's wickets. They've got to peg away at the wickets if they want to put any kind of brakes on this run rate. And the Indians know now that all they need to do is get 4 or 5 runs every over to win this game. Just keep your wickets in hand, and it's for them, for the asking. In the air for a while, but 4 all the way.
All it takes is just a fraction off line or off length, and you get punished on this surface.
Way ahead in the scoring rate. Finely played, very delicately done, tucked round the corner. Satisfied with 2.
That's 4 more. I think they have reduced India's overs to 40. That's why they are going that quickly.
That is quite deliberately and beautifully done. Waited on it, judged it very quickly. There was room, there was pace on the delivery. Just had to get the placement right. That's what he did. Sliced it late, and again found the gap between those two. Now that's not an easy shot to play. You invariably try to get that gap.
167 without loss. India marching along. And that's gone in the air, but into the gap as well. And it's over the ropes.
I think this epitomizes both the performances of the bowling and the batting. There is no consistency in the bowling. That's a full toss on the leg stump. He was hit for a couple of boundaries through that offside earlier. And a friendly full toss.
India are going so easily along at this point. They can just forget about 4s and 6s at the moment. Just push the ball around. They only require just over 4.5 runs and over.
Whoa, hey!
This should be close. Asking this time though, he is definitely asking on this occasion, Ashoka De Silva. Usually it's the direct hits that have the batsmen struggling. Let's see what happens here.
Could be close. Here comes the throw. Did it hit direct? No, he made it. If it was a direct hit, he would have been short. But by the time Jacobs could disturb the bails, he was in. It's 175 without loss.
176 at Kotak 1994. Well, Ganguly and Sehwag have now tied. All it takes is a single to break it. And there it is. Record broken. It's a bit more than a single as well. It's 4.
He's just toying with the bowling now. What an innings this has been. Total domination. It started with a little thought behind it. Now he's reached the peak of his confidence. Just look at that shot, just helping it along its way. He had decided early on that he's going to do that and succeeding. 98 of just 73, a strike rate of 134.2. 180 undefeated yet.
Already 6 runs from the over, 3 balls still to come, and they need 4.5 runs per over, India. Sehwag is back on strike. He has 99 to his name. Just 74 deliveries for those 99 runs. He missed out in the first 2 games, Virender Sehwag. He's making up for those 2 games in this, the third. That's the direction in which the fielders needed to be in if they were going to prevent that single. A well-played century for Virender Sehwag. That should have taken a bit of weight off his shoulders. His 3rd 100 in this form of the game.
And what a 100 it has been. Chasing 300, he's got that 100 in just 75 deliveries. His 3rd 100 of his career. Must be very satisfying, because when he came in, he came in a little bit of a doubt whether he'll be able to handle the rising ball, what he'll do, hook or let it go.
Didn't quite time it, but it's still a boundary.
Great batting conditions coupled with ordinary bowling could really spell problems for a captain. What does Ridley Jacobs do? A rank long hop.
That's 4 more. We're just talking about the indiscipline, Arun. Leg side, offside, the runs are coming all over the place.
And Sehwag is particularly good at this shot, bisecting that gap once again. But there's a lot of room and there is pace on these deliveries. Nagamutu is not a slow bowler, doesn't flight the ball, gives a lot of pace to work with.
Which has been the impact of the man on the screen, that Ganguly, who scored 72 of 81 balls with a strike rate of nearly 90. is looking like a batsman who is just supporting the efforts of Virendra Sehwag. Tremendous stuff. Couple of failures in the series. It was on the cards that he would come in firing, and when he does, has a huge impact on the match. Look at that strike rate of nearly 90. He's just looked a support batsman there.
Well, Sanjay, I think it will be a fair assessment to say, when you sum up both teams, that we've got some very good batting in this series. And I will stop there, because the bowling has been, on both sides, have been too inconsistent in their line and in their length on good surfaces. And I think that is something that both teams will have to work on with a view to the World Cup coming up. No doubt about the batting capabilities.
In the air and straight to the fielder. Well, not straight. That would be a terrible injustice to say that. It was to his right, and Chanderpaul has picked up another brilliant catch in the series.
Really was. And we disappointed Saurav Ganguly not to carry on. And look at the catch. It was always going away from Chanderpaul. He almost left the ground when it hit his hands, definitely. And he just held on to it. Fingertip job. Nevertheless, he held on. Ganguly is gone for 72, 196 for 1.